What is going on, brothers and sisters? Eric Rosen from Viking Rising Astrology. This is your daily horoscope for Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024. Thanks so much for being here. Before we dive in, I do want to say that recording for Pluto and Aquarius for all 12 signs. So if you want to know what your sun and rising sign is going to be hit with by Pluto and Aquarius this next 20 years, you can purchase that recording. The link is down below. It's 14 bucks. I even give the minute markers so you can fast forward. It's a 2 hour presentation, but it's also got some collective information at the front end too that you might want to listen to as well. And of course, if you want to get a one-on-one astrology reading, that link will be down below as well. So let's talk about this today. I have this chart pulled up, and you're probably going to see these maybe, who knows, potentially for the rest of Mercury retrograde because I'm having crazy tech issues and just having to switch devices. And so my intuition said, just pull up the chart for the day. We're going to go through it together. So if you've ever actually seen an astrology chart, this is the daily astrology chart for Tuesday, December 3rd, but this is sort of similar to how I would be doing a reading with you, except it would be more personal to what's going on with you in your life, where this is obviously more of a collective measure. So starting with the basics, Sun in Sagittarius, it's about expansion. It wants to go places. It wants to go on the adventure and find things out through experience. It's going and having a belief and a philosophy, but then going and trying it out and seeing does the experience actually match. And if not, go expand in a different direction. The tough part is that we still need to focus. This is a sun that is squaring over to Saturn in Pisces. So what I want to say about this, and take it or leave it, everyone has a different schedule, but my channeling is that the collective would really benefit from maybe shortening the sleep schedule a little bit to where you can get up maybe 2 hours before the rest of your community does around you to spend some time in meditation, getting really clear and in a benevolent way of charging yourself up with high level spiritual energy and prophesizing your day essentially. How do you want your day to flow? It's like a strategy in the ethers, but you can put it to paper too. It's like win the day, get clarity on like making decisions and choices on what you really want if you're actually wanting to lean into like things getting better. Because the weird thing is that in this astrology, it's like you're a light worker if your sleep's been weird because we're dealing with a lot of dark energy in our sleep. So it's like rather than sleep in and feel groggy, trying to catch up if you're not sleeping well, it's like spend some time in meditation instead and recharge that way. There are studies that suggest that it's recharges you even more sometimes than sleep, depending on the level of brainwave state that you can get to. And these are signs with Sag and Pisces that do deal with the subconscious, right? And it's weird too because we almost need that for poor old Mercury that's retrograde here in Sagittarius next to the sun. It's not the Mercury Cazimi yet, where the sun and Mercury come together. I'll explain that when that comes here in a few days, but this is really about it can feel overwhelming mentally. So it's like get the philosophy, the vision down for your day. Mercury would much rather be in the opposite sign of Gemini where Jupiter is at, and Jupiter would rather be in Sagittarius in its home. These planets are flipped. They're in their opposite houses. They're like in each other's like homes, and they're in a tug of war with each other right now. So this is like information crazy central, like talk about needing to like fact check things like coming at you in terms of like your own thoughts, your own beliefs. It's like what's going on, right? It's like do you need to zoom out and see is a negative belief playing out to where your day would be more fun and more stimulating if you shifted out of that old narrative, that old story? Or, is it that you're trying to overblow some positive belief system, but it's like not matching the facts? So this deals very much, with sort of, you could call it a weighing out energy, although you don't want to get too Humpty Dumpty with that South Node in Libra. It's more about that North Node still Chiron. That'll continue to be a theme. I'm beating a dead horse saying that every day, but it is about taking action. I'm going to keep saying that. You got to take action. You might question whether or not it's the right aligned action, but your best bet is to put your energy in a direction that feels like it could be healing for, your life. This isn't about this. The astrology is not about getting hung up in the past, right? With that Sun square Saturn, it's just too harmful for our psyche, our psychology to be, worried about those things. Pluto and Aquarius also is about a shedding. It's about a moving forward. Just, it's a regenerative energy after the Tower moment of it being in Capricorn, and this more faith renewal energy of where we can go as a human species and a collective, and your groups and communities and your friends and your just the possibilities of the future of your life. It's about where are you investing the currency of your energy. With Uranus and Taurus, everyone can get, excited about, maybe possibilities of manifestation money like cryptocurrencies, comes up with this. XRP's on a pretty good run. I bought into it and I would recommend others do as well. It's not financial advice. It's just there's channelers out there that are saying that. So, maybe it's not, I'm feeling like maybe this isn't the best time to do it, but it's like pay attention to it is all I'm saying. The moon is in Capricorn today too with Venus. So it is helping ground things out a little bit when it comes to like all this like crazy intense air energy that we're dealing with Pluto and Aquarius, Jupiter in Gemini, South Node in Libra, and then also just the intense passion, masculine energy of the sun with Mercury. So at least we have projects, we have ambitions, we have things that we can be, getting done. It's probably going to take a schedule, it's going to take planning, like I mentioned, doing that earlier in the morning because this intense Jupiter Mercury opposition energy, this tug of war, this little seesaw battle they got going on, where none of them really feels like they can really win. They're just kind of pissing and moaning at each other. It's like, your own thoughts, like going back and forth, trying to figure out, you know, where the best place is to put your attention of your energy and to believe in a better reality that can change and not feel like it's on a hamster wheel. And then it's also, yeah, it's exciting about the possibilities where we can go, but it's like the moon and Venus are here to help it ground and actually make it real into the physical reality at least. And Uranus helps with that too, and Saturn in a way. So it's really not about getting hung up on too many details on a day like today. You don't want to get hung up on relationships or trying to say the right thing or worried about saying the wrong thing in relationships. I think this is more about just delivering the facts and the data. It's not a day to convince yourself that you're tired or that, you or better off like self-soothing, but you got to pay attention. It's like the self-soothing should come from more of a place of you're taking a break because spirit said take a break because it's going to help you achieve and get more done type thing. They're helping you like rest as a part of your strategy as opposed to like, it's too hard, it's too uncomfortable. Let me just like take a 2 hour lunch break and then you fall into like some, pattern basically where you're just like not on point. This is a day with Moon and Capricorn to not be sloppy, be on top of things, but also to not be too hard on ourselves too. It's definitely not about, pushing our own selves around. Like that would be like the old Saturn ruled part of Aquarius where Pluto's like very much like helping us break out of those shackles and liberate to go, yeah, you can get excited, but it's like get excited about getting things done, get excited about getting the best things done. And I think that's the hardest part with all this astrology when you combine it all together. It's like trying to find that one thing that's going to be the most masterful thing that you can do for your day that's going to notch the win, notch the W, make you feel like you completed the day. My best advice, my best answer to you is to flow with it. Like if you find that you ran into a corner or something, a blind spot, that's okay. It might be just a pivot moment with this Mars and Shadow and Leo to go, you know what? Like maybe I just need to be more discerning about where I'm actually passionate. And it's not about more such an analytical, egoic? Am I doing the right thing? It's like, does this make me happy and passionate? Does it make sense for my life? Is it part of a goal? Cool, let's do it. And that's why it's good to strategize your day at the beginning because this Jupiter energy can feel like, whoa, we're all maybe a little overwhelmed right now. It's like there's a lot to do, and it's like kind of like a join the club energy, but this is also about not getting swept off your feet and deferring from your value systems or messing things up in conversations that cause more harm, more stress to yourself, to others, because you came from just an uncalibrated place. And so it's about sometimes taking a breath, grounding, rooting into things, and, refocusing your energy to just keep getting things done. Not a good day to get sucked into media. I feel like these next 24, 48 hours are going to be a crapshoot from that. It's just stuff designed to MK Ultra your ass and just, pull you into like stress and negativity when we don't need to live in that reality anymore. It's a choice to live in that reality. One thing Pluto and Aquarius teaches is that you start deconditioning the clutter of anything that society kind of imprinted on you and its various iterations, like culturally, and find out like what it's like to just be your fucking total sovereign self and not give a fuck. That's kind of like a Leo quality, but Pluto's more so exposing like where maybe we try to fit in like too much and we try to like be the same spiritual motherfucker or, be the same business person or be the same, I don't know, person that works in healthcare. And it's like teamwork makes the dream work. And it's like, well, yeah, but it's like teamwork, people know their roles, right? Pluto's here to expose like what is your role actually in this reality, like in this world, this ever-changing world that we're going into, and to start interfacing with more of that, right? And when I say interfacing, I mean like it's like if someone came in and was like, hey, you've all been using floppy disk to get your message across or to connect with the world and you need to upgrade to CD-ROM or something. And it could be like, well, that's kind of weird. Like, I thought that we were more advanced than that, but it's like acknowledging that part of us has still been operating on an old matrix program, just in terms of how we engage with the world. Like the way that since 2020, we were been trying to be convinced that it's still somehow like the fucking early 2000s or something with the way that media and TV and just celebrities and athletes and just all this shit works. And it's all a bunch of nonsense. It's all a bunch of just like fucking third eye thing. It's like you think fucking the fluoride in the water is bad, try just like watching a fucking basketball game. I'm just channeling here. I'm just being honest. Like it's one of those things where if you allow it to hijack you, on the surface level, what it's doing is it's just detracting from your energy on just a basic Capricorn level. If you're just not getting stuff done, you're just wasting time. On a deeper level, it can be the subconscious, knock on the door from your guides and angels and going like, hey, like, why are you running this pattern right now? Is that actually like feeling liberated? Are you actually feeling free and happy? Like, this is an energy about the liberation, the happiness, the positivity only comes from actually like taking steps forward and getting stuff done. So, we'll pull a card. By the way, this Leo energy with this Mars going retrograde, I'm seeing this especially because North Node Chiron in Aries, which Mars rules. This is like big fucking inner child work that we're going to be doing these next few months, all through February and even integrating it into the spring. So, one proposal that I have for everyone is if you want to do an astrology reading with me and also do some timeline work from your past to like see if there's any like egoic places where you're still getting like hung up and not able to really ascend onto your highest timeline. You got some wounded inner child stuff coming up or some hesitations. You're just not feeling happy, passionate in life. It's like we need to go to the root. We need to get clear on where that is at on your timeline of those ages which I know how to not just help people do, but to go in through hypnosis, quantum hypnosis, subconscious work. I got trained in the ethereal realm by Dolores Cannon. I'm just going to be real. I didn't like take a school or do any of that shit. She just came to me and was like, here's what we're doing. And Nikolai Tesla came in at the same time too. He's like, yeah, I'm going to show you how to use your voice. I'm going to show you how to use the frequency of your voice to activate people. I'm like, okay, this is crazy, but cool, let's go. Right. That was 2019, right before all the shit happened. So, it's going in and empathetically, compassionately figuring out what the story was that's playing out. Is there still stuck trauma energy, and just helping that inner wounded part of you, probably inner child, and you know having an energetic release so that he can actually move forward and heal from that in a quantum aspect, but then also get an action plan for going forward. But especially the releases that can happen in the moment, like we get bottlenecked in the places where we're emotionally stunted, like from our growth, right? And so the main way to be honest, if you have this wound, it's like the more drama in your life, the more conflict you have with people, the more it's an inner child wound. Straight the fuck up. That's truth right there. So that link will be down below if you want to book that 2 session package. See what we got for today. Well, we got the Three of Cups. I think this is very much about a day to also still remember to work with the divine feminine. That moon, it's not going to cross Venus yet, but there is something to say about, yeah, get stuff done, but can you still work with the divine feminine energy? Can you still work with those priestess energies, those angelic, Isis, Mary Magdalene? She's been showing up for a lot of people lately, especially to like help people with grace, but also devotion to their sense of purpose. And so this is like a put up or shut up next couple of days to see, are you doing that with the moon crossing through Capricorn? Let's get a clarifying card. Yeah, I think we can all relax, and see that with this energy, this moon going through Capricorn, that we can get stuff done, but we can still stay rooted. It can still be a celebration. Like, let this moon that's coming in here be the time that we get to see what it's actually like to finally have a moon in Capricorn without Pluto, first time in 16 years, and celebrate and actually bring some re-nourishment to the soil of our foundation and make it a beautiful celebration with this Four of Wands. We'll do one more. Yeah, just it's not about trying to still fix shit too. Like, just walk away. This is the Eight of Cups. This is about something wasn't emotionally fulfilling. And so with that moon going through this like kind of like graveyard territory of Capricorn, it's about moving forward, celebrating the emotions, the passions that you have. It's not about trying to go back and like fix or resurrect something. It's not about like committing to like some like old goal, like I'm gonna fix this. It's like that would be so like just Saturn blocking yourself from just greater sources of happiness. I'm hearing, and honestly, wealth on all levels. Like, there's a reason that the spiritual peeps are calling this the golden age and excited as fuck about this. And then there's another reason why some people are struggling and, you know, lamenting and feeling victimized by the change and transformations that we've all been asked to go through as a collective. And so this is why you've been invited to that party, especially since 2019, to do that work. And even if it's dark night of the soul work sometimes, but it can be a quick shedding. That's a nice thing. It's like the shrubs have already been cleared for a lot of the way showers to go first. So it's like it's already implanted in the collective consciousness. Not only like that you can connect with that in yourself, but you can also go and find out teachers, badass motherfuckers that also have done it. You know what I mean? So it's like for me, it's like working through a mom wound. I help men do that. Like, where do I block my desires? It's like I help men and women do, get over that shit. It's like if you're in doubt about like what to do with any of this energy right now, if you're feeling confused, it's like Take the moments in your life where you were at your fucking worst. What was the medicine that you needed then? And then go be that for other people. So let me extend that to you because in my moment, what I just needed was the deepest amount of compassion and grace. Whatever you choose to do in your life, I support you 100%. And here's why. As long as you're not hurting anyone, of course. Because I am here to free people from emotional jail to pursue true desire. Emotional jail means you're just afraid to even do anything. True desire means that even if it's not perfect, and how can it be, North Node, Chiron, and Aries, at least you're moving in a direction and you can course correct along the way. This is not about hesitation energy with South Node and Libra. Trust me, it's just not. It's not where you want to go. Go expand your life, try some things, be passionate, be creative. It's Mercury retrograde. Like throw spaghetti, throw paint at the wall. I love you all. I'll see you on the next horoscope.